Nyasha, you know, you are a walking book, but our viewers out there love books. So I'm going to ask you to share at least 3 books with our viewers. They're books that you've read that have made an impact. I know you brought some books there. Do you want to share?
You know what, Trevor? I thought you might be asking for this. There is this book here, The Fortune
at the bottom pyramid.
Of the pyramid.
Yeah.
It says change your business as a nation. There are industries in this economy, Trevor, that will never come back to life. New industries have become
coming in.
And when they have come, business must adapt. This fellow here, he has taught business to say, if you are selling cement, the minimum bag you sell is 50 kgs. When you do a repair of a house, you want only 5 kgs of cement. And if you go home, most of our homes have cement that is dried. Allow growth is going to come from the dollar businesses.
Yeah.
At the bottom. That's where your market is. That's where your mass market is. But regulations, rules and regulations, there are more bed and breakfast houses now than hotels, Trevor, in this country. But the regulations haven't changed to allow these people to survive. Instead, people go and close them out. And when you do, you are bringing poverty to your community. That book says to you, Pre-Halad says to you, with time, business models change.
The legislative environment must change.
The environment, the government, and those are local authorities must be enablers. Because that has become the new business.
The second book?
This one. The second book, it's interesting. I got this as a gift. India Unbound by Gujaran Das.
It's on my list of books to buy this year.
Let me tell you, I was given this as a gift when I went to India, to Bangalore in 2003. I've read it over and over again. Anybody, in particularly those are in public sector, chief secretaries, permanent secretaries, and other, it would be good for them to read this book. It says to you, don't create a bureaucracy that's too expensive. India labored for years under a democracy, under a bureaucracy that was too costly. You tried control and you control and you control. Regulation. You put a layer on another layer on another layer until the government is broke. The Unbound says let the free market economy, let the individuals. You know, Trevor, before dollarization in 2008, I went to Gwanda. I was a big man, chief executive, visited a branch, but wanted to buy bananas in the streets in Gwanda, on the Bedbridge Road. I went to this lady. Before even the dollarization, before I even held a dollar except what I applied for in a bank, the lady said, I'm not going to sell you bananas with. She said, how are you paying? I had Zimbabwe dollars. And ngesindebele wathi yena kuyini kan lokho ngamaphepha lawo hala msebenzi. This is useless paper. This is an old lady. Probably she has never done economics. But she understood the economy had changed. She says only US or rand. And in the end I went hungry because I didn't have US.
Wow.
What it says is nations, communities, times change. India Unbound says to you, today, and what he advocates is, identify where your core competence is and excel. Indians, even before virtual, started booking airlines from India for BA and for all international virtually. You didn't need to see a booking office. And this was done not with no cost in a house in India. Before the mobile phone was even working. Indians are technologically faster, smarter. Allow them free space. Create an environment that allows them.
Then you'll see the innovation coming.
Unbound. Allow people to be themselves. And in this country, Trevor, under what we are going today, if our people were not as creative, would have had disasters like of hunger and starvation. But Zimbabweans are imaginatively creative.
But imagine if they were unbound.
I want you to imagine. Do you remember us queuing up to buy airtime from Econet many years ago? And you know what Econet did? They simply said, go and open an Econet shop. Even in my village in Imberengwa, 532 kilometers from Harare, I can go and buy airtime.
Imagine if Econet said, oh, you can only come and buy head office.
Exactly. That's the binding.
Absolutely. Your third book?
My third book is Good to Great.
I know you love this book.
Oh, that, you know,
Jim Collins.
That good is an enemy of great. That's good is an enemy of great. When you are always at your best, you are always at your weakest. I was an athlete. When you really are running fast, all you need is somebody to stretch your hand and you fall. When you are at your best, you are at your weakest. And therefore you must continue to seek for more than. And what he calls the flywheel effect. Begins slowly and begins to run and runs and runs. And by the time it goes, you can't stop it. But also it says, watch your detail. Understand the brutal issues. Understand the issues deeper.